What is up guys, and welcome to my latest video here on SP Vids. I'm back after a short break doing some freelance web projects. Really happy to be uploading again, and I thought I'd kickstart things today with some beat making. So the last video that I released was a little short of this beat that I was finger drumming. I'll just give you another demonstration of it. Something a little bit like that, and what I thought I'd do today is flesh this out a bit, get it in the pattern area and sort of turn it into a full SP beat. So I'm going to be using drums from Lo-Fi Drums Volume 3, which is a bit of an older one for me, digging into the archives a bit, but it's got some nice crunchy sounds in it, and these are the three sounds that I chose. I really like the sound of those, especially the snare. And yeah, I've got these 8 chops. We're all in one bank for this particular beat. First of all, one thing that I don't like particularly is the speed of this beat. So what I'm going to do is repitch these samples, because I'm basically playing to the speed of the samples for this beat. So these are all in a mute group. I'm going to go to pitch and speed, and when everything's in a mute group, you can change all the values at the same time by holding copy. So I'm just going to go down by 1 in the pitch to -5. And interestingly, just before that, actually, I'll show you what the original sounds like. It's actually a female vocalist. So we'll go to -5. Really like the tempo of that, and basically I've already determined this, but it's 82 BPM. So we're going to go into the pattern area, pattern select, and we'll do record onto 1. You can see I've got 82 set. I wish you could change the default length, because I pretty much always do 4 bars and it's always on 2. Super annoying. But we'll set the grid to 8 on full strength. I always tend to do this with chops. I just think it makes them sound a lot cleaner. So we'll go ahead and record this. That's come out absolutely perfect. I'm really happy with that, and as I was playing along I could just tell that was exactly the right tempo, because the chops were just falling perfectly on the click. So what I'm going to do is actually keep that, because I can use that as an introduction at some point. So we'll go ahead and make a copy, and now I'm going to layer some drums over this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is layer a quantized kick and hi-hat at the start of the loop. This just means I can play the rest of the loop without quantize when I do the drums, but I know I'm going to have that first one in time. It's kind of like a J Dilla technique. So we'll go ahead and do that first. Record to 2, grid on 8, that'll be fine. Okay, cool, that's done. That's ready to go. So now I can do record again. We'll turn off the grid, and we'll go ahead and finger drum a beat over the top of this. Okay, so far so good. That's come out sounding really clean as well, so very happy with that. I didn't use quantize, but it actually sounds pretty sort of on time, mainly due to my drumming background, I guess, and just practice over the years. I do tend to get my timing quite good. It's not quite as loose as I would like it for this particular beat, but we'll carry on with this sort of sound for this one. So next we need to start making some variations. So what I'm going to do is make a variation where there's no drums at the start of the loop. So we'll do copy 2 and move it to 3, and we'll do copy to confirm. And I'm actually going to use TR record mode to delete some drums out here. So we'll go record 3, and I'll press remain, and now we're in TR record. And basically I'll just select the pads I want to delete and take them out on the fly, and it'll be nice and easy to do it with TR record. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, so I took the first two hats out on the first kick, and that should give us a nice pause at the start. Perfect, that's great. And another thing that I want to do, another variation, is to also remove the first sample chop as well. So we'll have no drums and no sample at the start, basically kind of like a pause. So I'll copy 3 because we've already done some of the heavy lifting there by deleting the drums. And we'll go ahead and use TR mode again to delete the first chop of the pattern. So record 7, record. Okay, and I've taken that out. That hasn't actually quite worked how I wanted it to, but it kind of sounds alright, so I think I'll still be able to use that. If we did it in combination with the main loop. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool, so we'll stick with that. So one more thing that I want to do is a variation with the actual sample chops as well. So we'll make a copy of 2, but what I'm going to do is only copy the drums across. Now, in order to do this without it glitching, it does have this annoying glitch. If it's not the last pattern that you've played and you hit remain to choose the samples that you want to copy to the other pattern, they won't show up. So what you want to do is just hit the pattern for a bit first, like that, and then we can do it. So copy, we'll copy it to 6, press remain, and you can see I can choose the 3 drums there and press copy to confirm. So now on 6 I should just have just the drums. Perfect, so now I can use those sample chops to layer something over this. So we'll do record and we'll do the quantize again. We'll go back to real time and we'll turn the grid on again at 8. And we'll try a little variation. Let's see what we can come up with. Okay, just a couple of simple repeats on the chops instead of doing exactly the same pattern. Cool, that's still sounding smooth. And one last one I'll do is I'll do a drum variation where I'll just put in an extra snare. So we'll copy that, do that again, and we'll record in another snare. So record at 10, we can turn quantize off for this. Okay, perfect, that's gone well as well. All these patterns are actually going really well each time I'm recording them. They're just kind of working perfectly. So now we've got a little snare variation as well. Okay, pretty happy with those variations. Obviously, there's so many different ones that you can do. For this particular beat, I'm just going to do those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we've got 6 basically, and that's going to be enough to flesh out to make a full beat that's between sort of a minute and a minute and a half long. That's kind of a good time to aim for instrumental hip-hop, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do now is start doing a bit of mixing and effects work. Usually when you start adding effects and things like that, you do have to change some of the volumes around, so we're going to be doing some of that too. And first thing I want to show you is if I go to Shift and EFX settings, I've actually had 303 vinyl sim on the whole time I've been making these variations, and that's just for the compression. What I'm going to actually do is go to my favorite number 1, which is 2 compressors. So we've got compression and then 303 vinyl sim using the compressor. I think this is a really nice stack for the master buses 3 and 4. And this should add a bit more power to the beat as well. So I'll just turn this down a little bit. Okay, that's sounding good. And we'll go to Shift and 16. And you can see my bus 1 and 2 are set up in parallel. So you can either have them as series, like that if you press the value wheel, or parallel. So I'm going to have them in parallel. That means I can set different effects to different pads. So for bus 1, I'm going to do some cassette, and I'm going to turn the tone off. I'm going to turn the age down a lot, say to just like 2. And then we've got the wow flutter at like 86, and that's what I want. I'm basically just using this for the wow flutter. So let's listen to that. And yeah, that's exactly what I wanted, just a kind of wavy effect on the sample chops. And I'm gonna go into bus 2, and hopefully you can see that bus 1 is just the sample chops, that's blue, and bus 2 is pink, which is just the drums. So on the drums, I'm gonna do some crusher just to add a bit of flavor to them and a bit of character. So let's have a look at that. We'll play the pattern and tweak it accordingly. Okay, that's sounding pretty cool, and something a bit different for me, that really. I don't tend to do much work with drums like that. And then, because I've done that, the sample chops sound a little bit too loud, so I'm going to turn these down. Now, because these are in a mute group, I can do it all at the same time. So we'll choose one using the value wheel. You can choose any. Go to pitch and speed, copy, and we'll turn these down to, say, 100. We'll try that. Okay, I'm liking that. So now what I'm going to do is go to hold, and I'm going to choose a pattern chain, and 1 is full, I know, so I'm going to use 2. And this is from a previous attempt to record this video where I had a technical issue, so I'm just going to delete everything out of this and we'll start again. So I'll start with that intro, no drums, and then we'll go for the main loop. Then we'll do the pause at the start, main loop again, variation, main loop. I think the snare hit that I did is also on a variation, the additional snare hit. So then we'll do the big pause, and then maybe 10 the variation with the additional snare. I don't know if this is going to work perfectly, but that's just a kind of rough sketch of how the whole beat's going to sound. So what I'll do now is just play through this. I'll turn repeat off, if I can remember how to do it. Remain, there we go. So I'll just do repeat off. This will play through, and this should hopefully be close to being a sort of full SP beat now. So I'll just press subpad, and yeah, you guys can let me know what you think to this. Okay, and there we go. There was the full chain played through. There's some areas for improvement there which I could go back and sort of finalise. I think the pause sounded a little bit janky, and there was a sort of element of repetition there. I think it did get a bit samey, so maybe a couple more variations with the pattern of the sample chops, something radically different rather than just a slight variation, would have been a little bit better to break the beat up a bit. But on the whole, hopefully this showed you some useful stuff about using this device. It showed you how to take an idea from the pads, where you've just got some pads, transfer that idea, get it into a pattern, build variations, and then chain them together. You can then resample this chain down to a pad, or what I like to do more often than not is just record directly out of the USB straight into Ableton, and I'll record that into Ableton as one single track, and then I can add some EQ in there or some other master effects just to tidy things up. But yeah, on the whole, that would be my process for making a beat on the SP404-MK2, and that's the approach that I took to that one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Shout out to you all for supporting me while I've been away. It's not gone unnoticed, and I'm really glad to be back again now, so expect more videos this week. Big shout out to my members. I'll see you all again in another video very soon.